If you are into visual K or Korean heavy music, you've probably heard of Madmans Esprit. Madmans Esprit is a South Korean band led by vocalist, guitarist, and composer Kyo. Their music pulls from black metal, post-hardcore, shoegaze, post-rock, gothic rock, alternative metal, you name it. If you've listened to their newest album Dandelion, you already know what I'm talking about. Every song feels like an emotional breakdown turned into music. Speaking of Dandelion, if you haven't listened to it yet, go do that. It's fantastic. I will make an entire video talking about Madmans Esprit, more specifically this album, so watch out for this. But today's video isn't about them, today's video is about another band. Miss Isohp Romatem, or MIS. I've listened to this band for years now and I still don't know how to pronounce it. So for the sake of my sanity and probably yours too, we're just gonna call them MIS. Does that make me already a fake fan? We'll see. Before we begin, I want to make one thing clear. Everything I'm about to talk about is my interpretation of this band's music. Art means something different to everyone, and that's exactly what makes conversation like this so interesting. Although they are much less known than Madmans Esprit, the two projects are inseparable. The lineup consists of Jewel, Kyo, Shion, and Yoel. And yes, those names should sound very familiar. Kyo, of course, will continue leading Madmans Esprit. Yoel is now the vocalist of Dead Boy, whose debut single is absolutely worth checking out. And Jewel, well, Jewel became the heart of MIS. That's really the biggest difference between those two bands. Even with almost the same musicians, simply changing who stood at the microphone completely transformed the band's identity. That's what immediately grabbed me the first time I listened to them. I wasn't expecting another Madmans Esprit, and thankfully that's not what I got. Cicada was released on December 7, 2014. It's also their only full-length album with only 7 tracks, roughly 35 minutes. Cicada is not a traditional visual kei album. One moment you're listening to a delicate acoustic guitar, next you are surrounded by layers of distortion. The album is constantly changing because in reality emotions don't stay the same. Neither does this album. Before we even hear the first notes, the title already tells us something. When people think about transformation, they usually think of butterflies. Butterflies are beautiful, elegant. They are almost the universal symbol of something becoming better. But cicadas told us a different story. A cicada spends years on the ground, completely hiding from the world. Then one summer, it emerges, it sings, it lives for only a brief moment, and then it's gone. Across East Asia, cicadas have become a symbol of impermanence, rebirth, memory, and the passing of time. It sounds like summer ending. Every time you hear one, you are reminded that another season has already begun to slip away. A cicada reminds us that even the most beautiful moments are temporary.
I see a love, a bright light of you. Couldn't we think about the shame behind you?
I don't think MIS could ever pick a better opening track. Within the first 30 seconds, they completely separated themselves from Madmans Esprit. We are greeted with clean guitar, soft bass, and one of the most spacious mix of the entire album. There is so much empty space between each instrument that I can't help but pay attention to every single tiny detail. One thing I completely love is how patient the arrangement is. Nothing arrives too early, and when it does, it feels like someone who's trying to hold themselves together for so long that they finally don't have the strength anymore. The lyrics reinforce this feeling beautifully. The pillow isn't just a pillow. It is a symbol for comfort, safety, and warmth. Something that is supposed to protect two people from the outside world. but there was no pillow between them. There is no protection, no emotional barrier. After the second track, the album completely changes direction. This is easily one of the most energetic songs on Cicada. Compared to the quiet introspection of the first two tracks, this one feels confrontational. The guitar is sharper, the drumming becomes faster and more aggressive. You can tell that there is a punk influence running through the entire song. Everything feels like a mess, like an emotional frustration. What happens when reality finally catches up with fantasy? We've all created idealization version of people. Unfortunately, reality arrives. One of my favorite lyrics on that album comes from this song. Before my anxiety ruins everything. I don't think you need to have experienced romance to understand that line. It's the fear that your own mind will destroy something before it even has the chance to exist. The fear that your anxiety will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Musically, the band mirrors that feeling through constant momentum. Even the quieter moment never lasts long. It's like the song itself cannot sit still, and that's exactly how anxiety feels.
Distance from you in the stars.
If I had to choose one song that represents Cicada, it would probably be Distance from You in the Stars. There is two versions of this song, neither version is better. Musically, this is where MIS completely embraces boss rock. Nothing feels rushed, every instrument drives the song forward. Listening to this track honestly feels like floating through space. Then we arrive at the title track, and I love that it is one of the quietest songs on the entire album, and also the loudest. This song feels almost peaceful, a little too peaceful. The repeated imagery of the cicada ties the entire album together. A creature that spends years hiding on the ground, emerged for one beautiful summer. Everything beautiful that exists only for a moment. One lyric keeps coming back. Why am I afraid? It's such a simple question. Why are we afraid of change? Why are we afraid of losing people? Why are we afraid of memories fading? Honestly, I just wanted to introduce you to that band and wanted to talk about some songs in Cicada, but I need to talk about my favorite song that this band ever cooked. After Cicada was released, MIS officially released 2 singles with 2 songs each that would establish the band's identity. My favorite one is Self-Love. If you are expecting a wholesome or hopeful song because of the title, let me hold you. One of the first things the narrator asks is whether the blood on their wrists make other people uncomfortable, before turning the question back to them. Who put the knife in these hands? How much of our self-hatred is something that we created ourselves, and how much of it was stopped to us by other people around us? In Korean, the word
잘,
meaning self-love and
자괴,
meaning self-harm, sung and look almost identical. The entire song revolves around this tiny difference. It's asking how someone is supposed to practice self-love when they spend so long believing that they deserve the opposite. I'm just a sucker for tiny details like this that make the lyrics feel like poetry. If this song had been a Madmans Esprit song, Kyo probably would have expressed those emotions through explosive screams. Duo vocals feels exhausted and defeated, even when they perform it live, like someone who's been carrying these thoughts for so long that they don't even have the energy to yell at anyone anymore. Another of my favorite details comes near the end. The lyrics start to contrast self-love with self-harm because the narrator seems trapped between wanting to take care for themselves and feeling pulled towards self-destruction instead.